張生文啊 ，OK。
放呢個啊，好住。hold 住啊，後邊仲有。早晨。早晨。好，呢個拜拜，唔該。我幫你 hold 住，記住請我。
我唔有你幫。
嚟慢慢啦，我講翻佢先。好。hold 得緊，好嘅張啊，好，OK，好。
好，唔該晒。咁麻煩兩位企到中間，等電視台嘅攝影師都可以影埋先，好嘛？唔該。OK 未？得 OK。OK， 係咪全部 OK？唔該晒，唔該晒咁多位。好，歡迎大家今日嚟到消委會參加選擇月刊嘅第576期嘅新聞發佈會嘅。今日為大家主持發佈會嘅咧有消委會宣傳及社區關係小組主席林海章先生同埋總幹事黃鳳嫻女士嘅。Thank you for joining us today for the press conference of the Choice Magazine issue 576. Hosting today's press conference are Mr. Victor Lam, Chairman of the Publicity and Community Relations Committee of the Consumer Council, and Ms. Gilly Wong, Chief Executive of the Consumer Council. 今日嘅發佈會咧，會首先用廣東話進行，跟住係一段英文嘅摘要，然後就到提問嘅環節㗎啦。Today's press conference will first be conducted in Cantonese, followed by an English synopsis, then Q&A section. 咁我依家將時間交俾 Victor， 唔該 Victor。
各位早晨，我係林海章。咁未開咪 ？OK， 各位早晨，我係林海章。咁我哋有個 video， 或者我哋先睇睇個 video。
聽講維他命 C 精華素咧可以美白㗎，但係到底要點揀呢？
第一步，睇下維他命 C 嘅濃度，
係咪濃度越高越有效呢？
維他命 C 可以阻斷黑色素嘅合成，以致淡化色斑，達到美白功效。研究指維他命 C 嘅理想濃度為10%至到20%，咁先至可以令到產品內嘅維他命 C 較為穩定同有效。雖然係咁，敏感肌就建議由低濃度試起。另外，千祈唔好盲目追求高濃度，因為超過20%可能會因為太刺激而敏感㗎。消委會測試17款維他命 C 精華液，發現呢9款好接近或者達到理想濃度，但係呢一款樣本就冇檢出維他命 C 成分。至於同標籤比較嘅話，就發現呢5款未有清楚標示維他命 C 濃度。而呢5款嘅維他命 C 濃度比標示少超過2%或以上。第二步，睇包裝。
我有留意好多維他命 C 精華素咧都係茶色玻璃樽㗎，究竟係咪有啲咩原因呢？
維他命 C 遇到光線、水、空氣都會好易因氧化而變質，而茶色玻璃樽同埋密封型包裝就可以幫助延緩氧化。第三步，睇 pH 值。
不過包裝好似冇寫 pH 值。
係啊，所以就要睇消委會嘅測試報告啦。研究指 pH 值低過3.5，有助增加維他命 C 嘅穩定性，更易被皮膚吸收。結果呢10款樣本嘅 pH 值都符合理想。第四步，睇成分。
其實揀護膚品最怕係敏感。
好彩今次檢測嘅17款維他命 C 精華素都冇歐盟禁用香料致敏物質、重金屬同埋防腐劑 parabens。呢8款更加冇檢出歐盟限用嘅香料致敏物質同水楊酸添，情況相當理想。
識得揀，仲要識得用。
1. 擺放喺陰涼乾爽嘅地方，遠離陽光直射。2. 開封後盡快用完，選擇容量細啲嘅產品都係一個好方法。3. 注意保濕，令肌膚更健康。4. 如果同酸類、維他命 A 或者高濃度維他命 B3 成分嘅產品同時使用，有機會增加對皮膚造成嘅刺激。
最後仲有啲咩 tips 提下大家呢？
啱啱做完高能量皮膚療程，曾經患濕疹同有過敏肌膚嘅人士，應該避免使用含高濃度維他命 C 嘅護膚品，降低致敏風險。想皮膚健康又亮白，其實每日食足夠嘅維他命 C 都好重要㗎。
想知更多，快啲上消委會網站睇下今期嘅選擇月刊啦！
好，各位早晨。我而家就住含維他命 C 嘅護膚品報告，就同大家做一個簡單嘅報告。我哋消委會測試嘅17個樣本當中咧，零售價係由101蚊至到1580蚊。測試結果發現咧，零售價最高同埋最低嘅樣本咧，都係獲得我哋嘅5星評分。咁啊，反映市場上平貴其實都有好選擇。今次我哋測試咧就各種各樣本嘅抗壞血酸含量，即係我哋講嘅維他命 C 濃度。咁啊，至於其他維他命 C 衍生物嘅含量，基於現時未有相關嘅方法去檢驗所有嘅維他命 C 衍生物，咁因此咧，我哋今次嘅測驗咧就冇涵蓋呢一個項目。另外，產品嘅護膚效果會因為佢整體嘅配方而異。為咗公平起見，與維他命 C 相關嘅評分咧係以維他命 C 濃度嘅測試結果同埋產品嘅標示值之間嘅差異為計算準則，而並非維他命 C 嘅濃度作為直接嘅評分。維他命 C 最為人熟悉嘅功效係抗氧化，近年唔少護膚品都含維他命 C 為招來。 咁我哋測試結果發現咧，其實我哋有17款嘅樣本咧，係有一款咧係冇呢一個維他命 C， 冇驗出呢個維他命 C 嘅。咁嘅其餘所有我哋驗出嘅濃度咧，就介乎喺0.66至13% 之間。咁有12款嘅產品咧喺包裝上標示所聲稱嘅維他命 C 濃度咧係由6% 至15.2% 不等。咁但係當中咧10款嘅測試結果咧較標示濃度低0.2至6%。亦有一款咧嘅標示濃度咧係比包裝高1%。接近30%嘅樣本咧係未有喺包裝上清楚列明佢哋嘅維他命 C 濃度嘅。OK， 咁根據我哋海外嘅研究報告所指啦，咁介乎10至20% 濃度嘅維他命 C 咧，其實就較為穩定嘅。咁同時間咧亦都容易穿透我哋嘅皮膚，咁可以達至呢個美白淡斑嘅效果。咁有5款嘅樣本咧，就驗出嘅維他命 C 濃度咧就介乎喺11至13%。另外有4款嘅濃度咧，亦接近喺10%。咁屬於係一個理想嘅範圍。咁但係維他命 C 嘅濃度咧就並非越高越好。普遍研究所指咧，如果維他命 C 嘅濃度係超過20%咧，會可能對皮膚帶來一啲刺激嘅機會。咁所有嘅樣本都冇驗出歐盟禁用香料嘅致敏物質。咁但係有超過40%咧，即係7款嘅樣本咧，就驗出有7種歐盟限用嘅香料致敏物質。咁較普遍嘅香料致敏物質包括檸檬烯有5款，芳樟醇有4款。咁佢嘅含量咧亦都係超過歐盟化妝品法規應作出標示嘅上限。咁但係有3款嘅樣本咧，但係咧就只有3款嘅樣本咧喺包裝上邊咧就標示所有或者部分嘅相關成分。咁如果對該等物質係過敏或者有濕疹嘅人士咧，如果喺唔知情嘅情況下過量接觸相關產品內嘅致敏物質咧，就有機會導致唔同嘅皮膚症狀。譬如過敏性接觸皮膚炎紅疹等等。過酸或者過鹼嘅產品咧，其實同樣都會刺激，甚至傷害皮膚。17款樣本所量得嘅酸鹼值咧，其實介乎喺2.7至6.4，全部屬於安全範圍。當中有10款嘅樣本嘅酸鹼值為3.5或以下。有研究指出，較低嘅酸鹼值咧，有助增加抗壞血酸嘅穩定性啦，同埋產品嘅油溶性，更容易被皮膚吸收。維他命 C 喺空氣、水分同埋光線接觸後咧，佢嘅濃度咧亦都會隨之下降，繼而影響我哋產品嘅功效。因此我哋消費者咧需要特別留意產品嘅生產日期、濃度、開封前後嘅使用期限。喺我哋檢視後咧，有一款嘅樣本咧，其實就冇標示任何嘅有效日期。只有另外咧有6款嘅樣本咧，就未有以中文或者英文去詳細分列表，資訊就略欠透明。我哋消委會促請各廠商積極完善產品包裝標籤，保障消費者健康。消費者喺使用含維他命 C 嘅護膚品嘅時候，可以參考以下嘅事項。如果同含酸類、維他命 A 或者高濃度維他命 B3 成分嘅產品可以同時使用啦。同埋有機會咧，亦都增加對皮膚造成嘅刺激啦。如果維他命 C 護膚品雖然能夠保護皮膚受呢個紫外線嘅折射啦，但係佢唔能夠代替一啲防曬嘅功能嘅。另外含維他命 C 嘅產品咧，其實就適宜存喺一啲陰涼嘅地方，並且係遠離一個陽光嘅折射。亦都可以考慮選擇用一啲容量較細或者用啲茶色玻璃樽包裝或者密封型嘅產品。 最後就接受咗一啲高能量嘅皮膚療程咧，咁啊皮膚狀態就會比較脆弱，咁所以咧亦都係會比較容易乾燥同埋敏感。咁啊，我哋希望消費者能夠避免使用一啲含高濃度嘅維他命 C 或者一啲其他刺激性嘅護膚品。咁啊，以上就係我哋消委會對維他命 C 嘅一個簡單報告。咁而家我哋進入第二篇，就係超級市場貨品容量或者重量有所變動嘅。咁啊，近年喺全球好多唔同嘅地方咧，其實都出現一個食品啊或者日用品嘅容量增加或者減少嘅情況下，咁但係嗰個喺嗰個銷售咧就維持不變嘅。咁原因係各有不同。咁喺消費者嘅眼中咧，其實就等於變相加價。咁啊，呢一種縮水式嘅通脹咧 ，shrinkflation 其實就已經成為全球唔少國家嘅現象。喺我哋香港其實都唔例外。消委會根據網上價格一覽通嘅數據，咁我哋攞取由2021年1月至2024年7月喺超級市場網站顯示嘅容量或者重量有所改變嘅產品，總共我哋涵蓋咗62件貨品，包括食物、日用品同埋寵物食品等等。由於超級市場嘅網站顯示嘅容量或者重量改動咧，可能會出現滯後嘅情況。咁經過有關廠商核實資料後咧，其實有4件嘅重量咧，實際喺2020年就已經改動咗啦。咁啊，除非貨品包裝特別標榜佢嘅容量或者重量啦，譬如話5公升裝、5公斤裝、1公升裝、10包裝等等啦，否則咧消費者一般咧就較難察覺輕微嘅重量或者質量重量或者容量嘅改變嘅。咁啊，調查發現62件產品當中咧，有90%，即係58件嘅產品係均有減量嘅，減幅係由1.3% 至到30% 不等。減幅最大嘅30%係一種粟米片，重量由250克減到175克。咁其次咧係一罐裝嘅熱狗腸，重量係由250克去到200克，減幅係20%。排行第3嘅係一款按摩膏嘅重量，佢嘅重量係由156克減到125克，減幅係19.9%。咁按我哋貨品嘅類別劃分，容量或者重量有所減少，最普遍為糖果、餅乾同埋零食。咁其次就係個人嘅護膚用品。咁其中一種減量嘅方法咧，就係減少貨品包裝內嘅件數。咁其中一款白夾心嘅橙餅由8件變做7件，另外一款花生朱古力由原本嘅15包減到去13包。另外一款餅乾條由原本嘅9包減到8包，咁佢每包嘅重量咧，亦都係由15.9克減到去14.8克。咁另外有部分嘅產品嘅容量或者重量咧，喺今次調查期內咧，其實就減完再減嘅。咁啊，其中3款嘅重量咧，喺唔夠3年內咧，咁先後減咗2次。包括2款同一品牌嘅夾心曲奇同埋1款嘅貓糧。消費者要留意部分相同嘅品牌咧，但係有唔同味道嘅貨品咧，佢嘅容量或者調整嘅幅度咧，其實亦都可能係唔同嘅。咁啊，譬如話同一品牌嘅2款唔同味道嘅杯麵啦，咁大家由原本嘅75克經調整後咧，分別減少咗4% 同埋1.3%。貨品嘅容量或者重量雖然減少，咁但係亦都有消費者向我哋消委會反映價格唔跌反升。消委會根據廠商提供嘅建議零售價計算出貨品嘅每單位建議零售價。如果以每10克、10毫升或者10片裝嘅貨品計算，有39件獲廠商提供建議零售價嘅貨品入邊，有16件嘅每單位售價錄得10% 或者以上嘅升幅。升幅最高嘅一款夾心餅咧， 咁啊容量唔單止由176克減到154克，建議零售價更加由33個半增加到37蚊，即係每10克嘅零售價咧就較佢重量變動前上升咗26.2%，係每單位建議零售價加幅最大嘅貨品。咁啊，我哋消委會亦都根據網上價格一覽通過往嘅數據，比較咗60件貨品啦。咁我哋60件指定貨品喺指定嘅時段，每單位嘅售價咧，其實就發現有8成半嘅貨品喺嘅每單位平均價咧，喺容量或者重量變動後嘅一個月咧，其實都係較之前嘅一個月高。咁嘅升幅咧，其實係由0.5% 去到最犀利嘅103.6%。咁啊，調查亦都發現啦，觀察時段係比較長嘅價格變化嘅趨勢嘅。咁喺貨品或者容量變動後嘅6個月咧，有多達9成半嘅貨品咧，其實喺每單位嘅平均售價喺變動前較6個月前咧就上升咗。咁啊，當中有4件產品咧，其實就超過20% 添。咁啊，縮水式通脹其實就影響民生。韓國同埋法國咧亦都有相應嘅管制措施，譬如話要求商家喺貨品嘅包裝或者店鋪標示相關嘅改動啦，喺指定嘅時間內向顧客展示改動嘅詳情，等消費者即係清楚知道。咁如果違規者咧就可能會被罰款嘅。咁啊，今次調查中呢部分廠商亦都向消委會解釋係因為成本上漲而需要調整貨品嘅內容，或者以重量去維持原有嘅銷售價格。咁亦都有廠商嘅表示，貨品嘅容量或者重量變動係為咗統一唔同市場嘅包裝，以增加呢個生產嘅效率。咁我哋消委會認為消費者其實最終呢個受影響同埋負責購買嘅持份者。咁我哋都希望廠商係有責任喺貨品嘅包裝或者銷售點清楚列明貨品嘅容量或者重量，作出相關嘅改動，增加貨品資訊嘅透明度，等我哋消費者能夠獲取一啲正確嘅資訊權益。咁另外，零售商其實都可以參加外國唔少嘅超市或者商鋪嘅做法，就係喺貨架上列明每件貨品嘅每單位售價，為咗方便消費者比較唔同嘅容量同埋重量嘅貨品呢，咁咪判斷出邊一個貨品呢就較為划算嘅。咁如果貨品嘅容量或者重量係有所調整，咁啊零售商亦都應該喺店鋪嘅當眼處或者喺網站入邊清楚通知，便利我哋消費者知道嘅改動。我哋消費者大概可以留意以下幾點啦，譬如話新嘅包裝設計、形狀改變、印有新配方或者升級嘅字眼呢，其實意味着貨品嘅容量或者重量呢，其實都出現咗變化啦。咁另外，亦都希望大家善用所有列出每件貨品嘅售價同埋有列出貨品售價同埋每個單位價格嘅網上價格一覽通啦。咁歡迎大家多啲瀏覽呢一個網上格價。咁以上係我哋消委會對呢個報告一個簡單嘅報告。我哋進入第3篇電子禮品卡。咁喺開始之前，我哋俾大家睇一個 video 先。
等等，媽咪，你睇下我琴日比賽贏咗啊！話時話，你幾時返嚟香港啫？你又話贏咗嘅話會送份禮物俾我嘅。
都話你掂㗎啦，叻女。不過我冇咁快返嚟啊。
唉。
咁不如我送張電子禮品卡俾你，等你快啲買咗禮物，然後我返嚟先同你慶祝。你早排唔係想要呢個牌子嘅裙咩？
多謝媽咪。唔知佢哋張禮品卡可唔可以拎落去鋪頭用呢？好似好複雜咁噃。媽咪，你係咪真係識買呀？
媽咪有睇消委會報告㗎嘛？今期消委會調查咗10間本港零售商， 實測佢哋嘅電子禮品卡。今次調查入邊有6款卡同時適用於門市同埋網店，另外4張就只能夠喺網店用啦。喺門市實測嗰陣，有一間商戶要求持卡人必須先將禮品卡綁定去會員帳號之後，先可以再用張卡埋單。至於網店方面，亦都有2間商戶要求持卡人先登入或註冊帳戶之後，先俾用禮品卡消費。其實商戶可以考慮解除呢啲捆綁式要求，盡量簡化禮品卡嘅使用流程，咁樣就可以減少對消費者造成嘅不便啦。撳幾個掣，話咁快就買好啦。唔知有女收唔收到呢？送禮品卡俾人，除咗想商戶可以代為發送之外，亦都想確認對方係咪已經收到。今次有8間零售商都可以直接或透過客服 send 張卡去收件人嘅 email。不過只有1間會喺收件人查閱禮品卡之後通知購買人，其他嘅就要自己直接向對方確認先知有冇收到。
收到啦，多謝媽咪。我今次張卡啲錢用唔晒啊，想留翻出新款嗰陣時先用。唔知呢啲禮品卡有冇話幾時要用晒嘅呢？
睇清楚張卡嘅條款就知啦。今次調查亦都發現，雖然電子禮品卡一般可以多次使用，但商戶之間禮品卡嘅有效期差距都幾大噃，由最短大約1年，去到最長可以無限期使用都有。不過就有1間商戶冇喺禮品卡嘅電郵或者餘額頁面上面清楚列明有效日期，做法有待改善。所以要記得喺收到禮品卡之後，盡快 mark 低有效日期 ，set 埋個提示俾自己，咁就唔驚因為張卡過期而蝕咗啦。
耶，媽咪 ，I love you！ 等我出翻個 story， 多謝你啦。
你個 story 除咗 tag 我之外，最緊要嘅係千祈唔好將禮品卡嘅條碼或者 cap 圖 share， 以防被盜用。仲有記得要妥善保管禮品卡嘅電郵，同埋定期檢查禮品卡餘額，睇下有冇可疑嘅交易記錄。最後考慮到禮品卡始終係預繳式消費，最好都係收到之後盡快用咗佢，避免囤積啦。
唔該晒。關於我哋電子禮品卡嘅一個簡單報告，我哋消委會早前就按搜索引擎嘅網站排名呢，就揀咗10間喺本港有發售電子禮品卡嘅零售商作為調查嘅對象。咁啊，其中6間呢係屬於時裝同埋運動服飾，另外4間呢就屬於家居用品、玩具同埋配件。提供嘅電子禮品卡面值由每張50蚊去到最高嘅11000蚊。咁購買電子禮品卡送俾親友，當然係要確保心意能夠送到去對方手上啦。咁有10間商戶之中呢，其實有8間呢係可以按照購買人輸入嘅資料，直接或者透過客戶服務協助將禮品卡送到去收件人嘅電郵地址。購買人有責任再三核對同埋確保收件人嘅電郵地址正確冇錯，否則咧就可能會導致禮品卡咧就無法送達。咁但係有一間商戶咧寄出嘅電子禮品卡同埋相關電郵後咧就沒有顯示購買人嘅姓名同埋資訊等資料，咁收件人咧或者好難去知道究竟係邊個送俾佢嘅。咁有7間咧都會喺收件人查閲禮品卡後通知購買人，令購買人直接令購買都有7間咧都唔會喺收件人收到禮品卡之後咧通知佢係已經收到啦，咁令到購買人咧要直接問對方究竟你有冇收到張禮品卡。咁有10間商戶咧其實都接受消費者結帳前咧就使用多於1張嘅電子禮品卡。其中有5間咧，一般咧係唔設有5間咧係唔會設用一個使用嘅上限嘅。咁但係有一間咧喺網店使用嘅時候咧，就最多只能夠用4張。咁啊，呢一間商戶喺門市咧就冇設一個使用嘅上限。另外有4間嘅商戶咧就未有定明每次可以使用禮品卡嘅上限。咁啊，資訊咧就略欠透明。消費者喺購物前就而向相關嘅商戶調查，避免爭拗。 有4間禮品卡咧就淨係限網店使用，唔能夠喺門市購物。有一間商戶就定明禮品卡咧就唔能夠用喺佢哋嘅批發商或者俗稱為店中店嘅特許專賣店使用。咁另外咧，淨係得一間嘅禮品卡能夠用於同一品牌嘅海外店鋪同埋網店。消費者萬一將只可以喺本地使用嘅禮品卡送咗俾海外嘅親友咧，就可能咧就最後就要另外送多一份禮物俾佢啦。電子禮品卡使用嘅方式咧，其實就大部分都係簡單同埋方便，但係有一間嘅商戶就要求門市嘅顧客必須將佢哋嘅禮品卡綁定喺會員嘅帳號，咁先至可以用禮品卡去消費。咁另外有2間嘅商戶嘅網站咧，需要消費者註冊或者登入帳號咧，先至可以用呢個禮品卡。咁做法就對或者唔願意開立帳戶嘅消費者咧，就造成不便。消委會咧，我哋消委會就建議呢3間商戶咧就考慮解除相關嘅要求，簡化禮品卡嘅使用流程。唔同嘅商戶嘅禮品卡有效日期咧嘅差異咧，其實都幾大嘅。只有3間係列明唔設呢個限期，直到金額用完為止。有3間嘅有效期咧就介乎喺2年至5年，其餘4間嘅有效期咧就係只係得1年左右。咁當中有一間運動用品鋪咧，就未有喺禮品卡或者電郵通知出講佢哋嘅有效限期，做法咧就唔係咁好。咁持有呢個卡消費嘅客戶服務咧，需要自己去查詢，同埋要自己記低呢個有效日期。咁希望就以防因為過期咧就唔能夠使用啦。咁部分海外用家咧就會對禮品卡，海外國家咧就會對禮品卡嘅有效期同埋兌換現金嘅安排咧就作出一個規管，但係香港咧就暫時未有呢方面嘅監管措施。如果喺有效期內未能夠用完呢個餘額，一般而言咧係唔可以退款或者兌換作現金嘅。然而喺調查嘅實施當中，個別嘅商戶嘅條款同埋實際做法咧，其實係有差異嘅。例如商戶嘅條款同埋禮品卡中訂明，假如卡內嘅餘額少過$10，或者按法律要求可以以現金方式歸還，但係當中實施員如果我哋嘅實施員要求兌換港幣20蚊，咁大約係$2.56嘅禮品卡餘額嘅時候咧，門市嘅店員咧就話佢冇呢個安排，明顯咧做法係有矛盾嘅。咁另外咧，消費者應該將卡嘅號碼、條碼同埋電郵就保存妥當。咁千祈唔好截圖喺社交媒體或者經軟件分享，以防俾人盜用。有7間嘅商戶表明，如果禮品卡被盜或者遺失咧，係唔會補發新卡嘅。購買電子禮品卡嘅消費者咧，以及出售禮品卡嘅商戶咧，其實可以參考以下嘅建議。商戶喺出售電子禮品卡嘅時候，有責任講明佢哋嘅使用條款同埋服務詳情，並且確保資料準確一致，既可以方便持卡人了解佢哋嘅使用方法，亦都可以避免一啲不必要嘅紛爭。另外就係記低禮品卡嘅有效日期，同埋設有提示，以免因過期嚟到失效。同時咧，亦都定期檢查禮品卡嘅餘額，是否有冇一啲可疑嘅扣帳或者一啲交易嘅記錄。以上係我哋消委會對電子禮品卡嘅一個簡單報告。咁我哋而家進入婚宴投訴服務。結婚係人生嘅大事，唔少嘅新人咧，其實都動用以年數計嘅時間咧，去悉心籌備婚禮，去安排宴請一個親朋好友去見證呢一個難忘嘅一刻。消費者委員會接獲到唔少關於婚宴場地或者相關服務安排嘅投訴，內容就涉及場地喺預訂後 突然重新裝修，令風格大變，唔啱新人口味。婚宴餐飲服務合約用字不清晰，惹嚟爭議，同埋商戶未能安排實地視察，但係就要新人先落訂，唔啱亦都冇得退款。消委會建議業界應積極加強同消費者溝通，加強培訓職員以真誠嘅待客之道，為新人提供更具人性化嘅服務。同時亦要適時提供具體同埋準確嘅資訊，譬如話主動向消費者披露場地有可能變動嘅風險，盡力安排實地視察嘅機會，亦可以考慮喺合約中特設場地參觀嘅有關條款，令到消費者喺參觀後一段合理時間內免費取消，以助提升呢個信心，同埋對商戶呢其實亦都有大大嘅得益。我哋個案1，投訴人參加 A 商戶嘅婚宴場地開放日，亦都詢問職員場地喺明年之前會唔會進行任何嘅裝修。咁職員就表示唔會，咁投訴人就同商戶簽訂咗合約，亦都繳付咗50%嘅婚宴費用，大概13萬到作為訂金。咁但係幾個月後呢，投訴人就收到 A 商戶通知，就指餐廳呢就即將會進行大翻新。投訴人喺裝修完成後就再次參觀呢個場地。咁就發現裝修風格同埋之前呢就存有極大嘅差異，咁就唔係好啱佢嘅心意啦。咁 A 商戶就提出向投訴人可以將婚宴改喺佢哋集團其他嘅場地舉行，咁但係最後因為場地嘅大小、人數限制等等嘅原因呢，就未能成事。咁投訴人就要求 A 商戶退訂同埋賠償損失，咁但係一直就未獲回覆。咁就向我哋消委會求助。咁 A 商戶喺我哋消委會介入之後呢，就表示願意全額退回按金。咁喺額外賠償方面呢，我哋A 商戶呢亦都係願意與投訴人去商議嘅。咁我哋消委會亦都建議投訴人可以就額外賠償問題尋求一啲獨立嘅法律意見。咁個案2，投訴人呢就選購咗 B 商戶嘅自助餐婚宴套餐，咁商戶就分別提供咗午宴嘅時段，由朝頭早10點至晏晝2點，同埋晚宴時段由下午5點至夜晚10點半，咁俾呢個投訴人選擇。咁投訴人就決定就用呢個晚宴嘅時段，亦都係分咗2期咧，先後繳付咗共5萬蚊嘅按金。咁直到投訴人去繳付第3期嘅按金嘅時候呢，商戶嘅職員就問佢打算係揀邊2個小時作為用餐嘅時段，咁投訴人呢就好愕然啦，就以為整個晚宴嘅時段其實都會提供食物，咁合約亦都列明夜晚嘅5點到10點半呢為自助餐服務時間，即係我哋叫嘅 time of serving。咁但係咧，職員就解釋一向咧只係提供2個鐘頭嘅自助餐服務，亦都指出喺5點至10點半嘅時候咧，只係一個租場嘅時間。咁投訴人就翻查同樣喺 B 商戶另外購買嘅證婚套餐合約入邊咧，當中咧就列明租用場地嘅時段咧嘅用詞就話 time of using。認為婚宴合約中 time of serving 咧應該係指自助餐服務時間，而唔係租場嘅時間，所以就向我哋消委會投訴啦。咁B 商戶就向我哋消委會解釋，為免用餐時間影響到婚禮，亦都長期擺放食物而影響衛生，商戶一般嚟講咧都會安排喺場地租用時間內嘅2個小時提供食物。咁經調停之後，商戶亦都表示願意整個晚宴時段提供食物，咁事件就得到解決。為咗確保婚宴過程中減少爭拗嘅機會咧，消費者咧就可以留意以下嘅事項。 喺簽訂合約之前呢，就應該向商戶多了解場地嘅設施同埋餐飲嘅細節，例如商戶係有冇提供免費嘅新娘化妝間啦、迎賓桌啦、投影機等。咁其他額外嘅服務，譬如話進場儀式啊、見證婚禮等啊，有冇一啲額外嘅收費呢？咁同時亦都係要確認有關嘅安排收費呢，其實亦都係列明喺呢個合約入邊啦。咁亦都要留意當中會唔會容許簽訂後呢對服務內容作出更改或者相關嘅期限。婚禮展覽活動其實能夠為準新人提供一站式嘅婚禮服務資訊，亦會提供唔同嘅折扣優惠。咁但係咧，準新人喺活動中咧，或者只能依靠商戶提供嘅資料去了解場地或者狀況。咁去到實地檢測嘅時候咧，或者可能會有差別。準新人喺交易嘅時候咧，其實就應該先要留意合約細節，同埋要清楚列明有冇一啲取消或者退款嘅條款。咁如果參加婚禮前，亦都鼓勵佢哋先參觀一個心儀嘅場地啦，先至再去呢個婚展呢進行呢個議價或者確定合約。咁以上就係我哋對婚宴服務投訴嘅一啲簡單報告。我哋將會進入一個英文嘅報告。Good morning, everyone. I'm Victor Lam, and we're going to go on to topic 1, vitamin C skincare products. According to the Consumer Council test on 17 serums or beauty essence products labeled as containing vitamin C, also known as ascorbic acid, vitamin C content range from not detected one model to the highest of 13%. The 17 models tested range from $101 to $1,580. Test results showed that the highest and lowest price models received the same highest overall score, 5 points, reflecting that there is a good range of selection on the market regardless of price. This test mainly covered the ascorbic acid content of the models. For example, vitamin C concentration. As for the content of other vitamin C derivatives, since there is currently no relevant test method that is deemed accurate for all vitamin C derivatives, it was not included in the current test program. Furthermore, since the skincare efficacy of products would vary depending on the overall formula used, and for the sake of fairness, the test score was based on the discrepancy between the detected vitamin C concentration and the product labeling instead of being a direct score on the vitamin C concentration. Vitamin C is most commonly known for its antioxidant properties. Many skincare products in recent years would use vitamin C as a selling point. The test results show that 1 out of 17 samples was not detected with any vitamin C at all, while the remaining sample had a concentration ranging from 0.66% to 13%. 12 models had provided their claimed vitamin C concentration information on the packaging, but the test results of the 10 models indicated that the actual concentration were 0.2% to 6% lower than as stated on their packaging, whereas one model's concentration was 1% higher. 5 models did not state their vitamin C concentration on the packaging. According to overseas studies, vitamin C concentration ranging from 10% to 20% could enhance skin penetration and increase stability, achieving the effects of whitening and lightening spots. 5 samples were found with vitamin C concentration ranging from 11 to 13%. Another 4 were close to 10%, considered to be within the ideal range. However, higher level of vitamin C concentrations are not necessarily better, as common studies have shown that if the vitamin C concentration exceeds 20%, the chance of skin irritation would increase. All tested models did not contain fragrance allergens prohibited by the EU, but over 40%, around 7 models, were found to contain a total of 7 fragrance allergens with restricted use in the EU, with the more common ones including limonene and linalool, with concentrations exceeding the upper limit permitted under the EU Cosmetics Regulation, 0.001% for labeling for such ingredient on the product packaging, but only 3 provided labeling information for all or some of the detected allergens. If individuals with allergies became overly exposed to such substance, they may develop symptoms such as allergic contact, dermatitis, and rashes. Products that are too acidic or alkaline can also cause irritation and even cause damage to the skin. Substances with a pH lower than 2 or higher than 11.5 are considered corrosive, with the possibility of causing chemical burn to the skin. The pH of 17 models range from 2.7 to 6.4, all within the safe range, among which 10 models had a pH of 3.5 or below. Research indicated that a lower pH, 3.5 or less, would increase the stability of ascorbic acid and enhance the lipid solubility of the product for easier absorption by the skin. The concentration of vitamin C would decrease upon exposure to air, moisture, and light, affecting the product's efficacy. Hence, consumers should pay special attention to a product's manufacturing date, concentration expiry date before or after opening the package. The review found that 1 model had no expiry date and another 6 models did not provide a detailed list of ingredients in English or Chinese, which indicated that information transparency was far from satisfactory. Consumers may refer to the following when using skincare products that contain vitamin C. If used in conjunction with products containing acids, vitamin C's, or vitamin B3 in high concentrations, there may be an increased chance of skin irritation. Although skincare products with vitamin C can protect the skin from UV rays, they are not a substitute for sunscreen products. Store products with vitamin C in a cool and dry place away from direct sunlight. Consumer may also consider selecting products of small volume or those packaged in airtight or tinted glass bottles. After high-intensity skin treatments, the skin may be in a more fragile condition and may be more vulnerable to dryness and sensitivity. During this time, consumers should refrain from using skincare products with high concentrations of vitamin C or other stimulants. Thank you. So we're going to go on to the net weight of grocery products. In recent years, there have been cases in various parts of the world where the volume or weight of foodstuff or daily necessity were reduced while shelf lives remain unchanged. Reasons may vary, but in the eyes of consumers, they are equivalent to hidden price hikes. This kind of shrinkflation phenomenon has become commonplace in many parts of the world, including Hong Kong. The Council selected products from its online price watch with volume or weight changes between January 2021 and July 2024, as shown on supermarket websites. The survey covered a total of 62 products, including foodstuff, daily necessity, and pet food. Unless specified on the product packaging, it is hard for consumers to spot minor changes to the volume or weight of a product. The survey found that among the 62 items with relevant changes, over 90% around 58 products, had been downsized by 1.3% to 30%. The product downsized the most, 30%, was a conflict product which had dropped from 250 gram to 175 gram in weight, followed by a canned hot dog sausage downsized from 250 gram to 200 gram, around 20%. And the third was a massage cream product which was reduced from 156 gram to 125 gram, around 19.9% in weight. So by product category, the most common type of downsized group was biscuit and snacks, with decrease ranging from 2.3% to 17.5%, followed by personal care products. So one way to downsize goods is to reduce the number of pieces in a package. One orange biscuit bar was downsized from 8 pieces to 7 pieces per package. One peanut chocolate product cut packet from 15 to 13 per package. And one biscuit sticks cut packet from 9 to 8 per package, while the weight of each packet also shrunk from about 15.9 gram to 14.8 gram. The volume or weight of some products shrank repeatedly between the survey period. The weights of 3 products were slashed twice within 3 years, including 2 sandwich cookies of the same brand and 1 cat food. The weight of the cat food was cut from the original 1.2 kg to 1.1 kg and then further reduced to 1 kg, downsizing by about 16.7% in total. Consumers should also note that products of the same brand but in different flavors or series may not have the same volume or weight adjustments. The weight of 2 different flavored cup noodles from the same brand, originally both at 75 gram, had been reduced by 4% and 1.3% respectively after adjustment. Despite cuts in product volume or weight, the prices of some had risen rather than dropped. Based on the recommended retail price of 39 products provided by agents, the Council calculated the retail prices per 10 gram, per 10 ml, or 10 pieces, found that 16 products recorded an actual price increase of 10% or more per unit, mostly in biscuit and snacks category. Personal care products category. The item with the highest increase, an orange biscuit bar product, not only saw its weight shrunk from 176 gram to 154 gram, but also a recommended retail price hike from $33.5 to $37. For example, price per 10 gram rose by 26.2% compared to that before the weight change, making it the item with the steepest price hike. Based on past data from the Council's online price watch, the unit prices of 60 items during the specified time period were compared and revealed that the average unit prices of about 85% of the items, 51 products, were higher 1 month after volume or weight changes than 1 month before, with increases ranging from 0.05 to 103.6%, among which the average unit prices of 7 products rose by 20%. The survey also looked at the trend of price changes over extended periods and found that 6 months after the product volume or weight change, the average unit prices of as many as 95% of the products had increased compared with 6 months before, among which 4 products rose by 20%. Shrinkflation affects people's livelihood. Korea and France have put in place corresponding control measures such as requiring traders to display relevant changes on packaging or in shops, showing details within a specified time period to alert consumers and offenders are liable to a fine. In this survey, some agents explained that they had to adjust the product volume or weight but to maintain the original price due to rising costs, while others claimed that changes were for the purpose of standardizing packaging in different markets to enhance production efficiency. The Council is of the view that consumers are the ultimate stakeholder affected and the party to pay, and agents have the responsibility to clearly state volume or weight changes of goods on the packaging or at the point of sales, so as to promote product information transparency and protect consumers' rights to accurate information. Retailers may follow the practice of many supermarkets and shops overseas by setting out the unit price of each product on the shelves, so as to facilitate consumers' comparison of value of products in different volumes or weights and make a judgment on the more economical product. Retailers should also have in-store display at noticeable places on website about any changes in volume to keep consumers informed. Consumer may also take note of changes in packaging, design, or shape, or wording such as new formula, upgraded may indicate a change in product volume or weight. Make good use of the Consumer Council's online watch, which lists the retail price as well as the unit price per item for comparison. So now we're going to go on to e-gift cards. The Consumer Council selected 10 retailers that sold e-gift cards in Hong Kong for the survey based on their rankings in search engines. 6 of the retailers were under the category of fashion and sportswear, and the other 4 were under the category of household items, toys, and accessories. And the other 4 were under the category of household item, toys, and accessories. The e-gift cards sold had a face value ranging from $50 to $11,000 each. Subsequently, the council staff posing as an ordinary consumer purchased and put to use the e-gift cards of the 10 traders and consolidated information on the services provided by gathering information from their websites, term of use, and consumer service channels. In purchasing e-gift cards for family and friends, it would be reassuring to know that they had been properly received. 8 out of 10 traders were able to deliver the e-gift cards to recipients' email addresses directly or through customer services based on information provided by the purchaser. It is the purchaser's responsibility to check and verify the accuracy of the recipient's email addresses, otherwise the e-gift cards may not be properly delivered. However, one trader failed to provide the purchaser's name or message when sending out the e-gift cards and accompanying email. Thus, the recipient might not know the identity of the sender. Of the 8 traders that would send e-gift cards to the recipients, 7 of them would not notify the purchaser whether the recipient had viewed the e-gift card. Therefore, the purchaser would have to find out from the recipient themselves. The remaining trader provided a more satisfactory arrangement by notifying the purchaser once the recipient had read the e-gift card. All 10 traders allowed consumers to use more than one e-gift card for settling the payment, and 5 of them did not limit the number of e-gift cards usable. Yet one trader would only allow the use of a maximum 4 e-gift cards for each online transaction, while no such restriction would apply for its physical stores. In addition, 4 traders did not explicitly state the maximum number of e-gift cards usable, showing a lack of transparency. Consumers should also be aware of the scope of use of e-gift cards, as 4 traders only allowed these cards to be used at online stores and not physical stores. Also, as some merchants would charge for shipping online purchase, consumer should, if possible, choose to collect orders from physical stores to save on these costs. Only one trader allowed the use of his e-gift card at some overseas stores and online stores of the same brand. If consumers gifted a card only valid for local use to overseas friends and family, they might end up having to choose another gift. Most e-gift cards were easy to use, but one trader stipulated that the in-store customer must bind the e-gift card to a membership account before use. The online stores of another two traders require consumers to register or log into their account before using the e-gift cards, which might cause inconvenience to consumers who do not wish to open an account. The e-gift cards of different traders have different usable period, with only 3 traders clearly stating that there was no expiry dates. The e-gift cards could be used until the balance is used up. 3 other traders set a usable period between 2 years and 5 years, while another 4 traders set a period of only about 1 year. Out of these, one trader, which is a sports goods store, did not even state the usable period in the e-gift cards or in the email to the consumer. Some overseas jurisdictions regulate the period and cash redemption arrangement of e-gift cards, while Hong Kong has no such regulatory regime at present. If there is an unspent balance within the period, it is generally cannot be refunded or redeemed for cash. According to the Council's user trial, it was found that the actual practice of certain traders differ from their state terms and conditions. For example, a trader stipulated that if the remaining balance of an e-gift card was less than $10 or equivalent in local currency, and as required by law, the balance could be refunded in cash. But during the trial, when the council staff asked for a refund of the remaining balance, around 20 Hong Kong dollars, which is about US $2.56, the retail shop staff claimed that they did not know of the arrangement and an overt contravention of the usage terms and condition. In addition, consumers should keep their card numbers, barcodes, and email secure. 7 traders clearly indicated that if the e-gift cards were stolen or lost, no replacement would be issued. E-gift cards are a form of prepayment consumption, and if the trader shuts down, the card holder in general can only claim compensation as an unsecured creditor or in bankruptcy or winding up proceedings. In events of insolvency, full compensation would be unlikely, leading to losses. Hence, e-gift cards should be used as soon as possible. So now we're going to go on to wedding banquet complaints. Getting married is a major milestone in life, and many engaged couples plan a year ahead for their big day. However, Consumer Council has received many complaints related to these issues, from unexpected venue renovation after booking resulting in drastically different decor, incongruent with the couple's taste, ambiguous term in banquet catering contracts that led to disagreement, to deposit requirement before site visit with no refunds given to dissatisfied consumers afterwards. The consumer urged the industry to proactively improve communication with consumer and step up customer service training, with the goal of providing more sincere and attentive service for soon-to-weds. At the same time, it is important to provide concrete and accurate information in a timely manner, including proactively informing consumer about any potential changes to the venue. Apart from striving to arrange on-site visit service providers should also consider including relevant terms in the contract, setting a reasonable time frame for free cancellation after site visits. These measures not only help to boost consumer confidence, but also significantly enhance the trader's reputation. Case 1. The complainant attended Trader A's open house to explore the wedding banquet venue. During the visit, he asked the staff whether any renovation project had been scheduled by the end of the year. After hearing that there were no such plans, he proceeded to sign a booking contract and paid 50% of the total price, about $130,000 as a deposit. However, a few months later, the complainant was taken aback when Trader A informed him about an upcoming restaurant renovation. After the renovation works were completed, he revisited the venue only to discover that the new style was drastically different from the original and did not align with his taste at all. Trader A proposed relocating his wedding banquet to another venue of the group. However, this was not feasible due to various reasons such as limitation in venue size, guest capacity. So the complainant requested to cancel his booking and sought refund of the deposit in addition to compensation for his losses, but received no response. Consequently, he lodged a complaint with the council. Following the council's intervention, Trader A agreed to fully refund the deposit. They also expressed willingness to negotiate additional compensation directly with the complainant. Concerning that, the council advised the complainant to consider seeking advice from an independent legal counsel if needed. Case 2. The complainant purchased Trader B's wedding buffet package, which offered two options: lunch from 10:30 in the morning to 2:30 in the afternoon, or dinner 5 o'clock in the afternoon to 10:30 at night session. The complainant chose dinner and went on to pay $50,000 in total in 2 installments for the deposit. Just when he was about to pay the 3rd installment, he was asked to decide the 2 hours window for the food service. The question took him by surprise, as he had assumed that the buffet would be available throughout the entire dinner session. Based on the contract specifying 5 p.m. to 10:30 as the time of serving. However, the staff clarified that 5 p.m. to 10:30 was only for the venue rental, while the buffet service normally lasted only for 2 hours. The complainant then re-examined the contract of his wedding ceremony package and also which also purchased from Trader B, and found that a different term, time of using, was employed to denote the venue rental time. And for this reason, he maintained that the time of serving on his buffet package contract should refer to the buffet service time instead. He filed the complaint with the council requesting the trader to abide by their contract. Trader B explained to the council that it is their general practice to provide food service for any 2 hours within the venue rental time, and this is done to prevent interruption of the wedding and to ensure food hygiene by not letting food sit out for an extended period. After conciliation, the Trader B eventually agreed to serve the buffet for the entire dinner session. So below we have some recommendation for consumer to minimize dispute during the wedding banquet booking process. Before committing to a contract, it is advisable to learn more about the venue, facilities, and catering arrangement. For instance, find out more if a bridal makeup room, reception table, projector, or other services are provided for free, and whether there will be extra charges for special services such as alternative wedding entrance and on-site wedding ceremonies. Ensure that these provision or plan and their associated fees are detailed in the contract, and check if the modifications are allowed after a contract has been signed and within the respective deadlines. Wedding fairs serve as a one-stop shop for soon-to-weds to collect information on various wedding services and take advantage of special offers. However, at such events, they can only learn about a venue through the sales information provided by traders, which might differ from the actual sites. New couples are advised to carefully check a contract includes any cancellation or refund policy before signing, and if possible, visit the desired site first before finalizing a deal at the wedding fair. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
好，唔該晒 Victor 嘅。咁我哋咧就會進入提問環節。咁我哋先跟翻頭先我哋嗰個 Victor 講嘅次序逐一去問，好唔好啊？首先係講呢個關於維他命 C 嘅護膚品嘅。咁我提一提大家，我哋陣間會開個 ceiling mic， 即係個天花板個咪。咁請大家留意，會收埋大家在座嘅聲音都會收到。係我哋先香港電台嘅。
有兩個問題問嘅，第一個咧就係有關於有其中一款嘅樣本就冇驗出任何嘅維他命 C 成分啦。咁首先想問下，即係喺功效上嘅影響有幾大啦？咁消委會有冇一啲跟進工作？譬如有問翻個廠商個回應係點樣啦？同埋今次即係佢係一種話有維他命 C 成分，即係佢可能冇標明啦，但係佢名上面有，但係最終係冇驗出任何嘅維他命 C 成分，會唔會考慮轉介海關等等咧？另一個問題就係想問下咧，即係其實你驗出嗰個維他命 C 嗰個濃度啦，個差異都幾大啦，6%至到15.2%。其實呢一個差距啦，以嚟理解咧，即係對個功效嚟講，即係個分別大唔大咧？同埋喺標示同驗出嗰個濃度都有一定嘅差別，最大係達到6%嘅。咁呢一個差別會唔會可能構成影響到觸犯商品説明條例咧？唔該。
OK 答咗你嗰個維他命 C 嗰個樣本咧，就冇驗到維他命 C 嗰個樣本，究竟有冇回應到我哋啦？咁其實我哋根據我哋嘅既定嘅程序咧，都有發信俾嗰個廠商嘅或者係嗰個代理商啦。咁但係咧，我哋冇收到回應嘅。咁究竟會唔會影響出佢嘅功效咧？咁其實咧，因為正如我哋文中所講啦，其實一個產品佢嗰個功效咧，都要睇佢整體嗰個配方。咁但係我哋今次咧嗰個嘅測試咧係聚焦喺嗰個維他命 C 嗰個含量嗰度，咁所以未必咧就100%答到你啦呢條問題。不過即係呢一個亦都係一個作為消費者個參考啦。咁仲有就係我哋成個報告咧都已經交咗俾海關㗎啦。咁所以如果有個別樣本係驗唔到維他命 C， 咁佢都要作出獨立嗰個嘅執法嗰個嘅調查啦。咁然後先至可以回應到俾大家。咁但係喺呢一度咧，可能都要等海關佢哋去獨立咁樣去研究啦。咁你問到另外一條問題咧，就係嗰個濃度嗰方面。個濃度咧，其實咧佢哋個標示嘅濃度，因為我哋今次17款裏面咧有12款咧就有標示到嗰個濃度，有5款咧就冇標示嘅。咁而有標示嗰12款咧，就係佢哋嗰個濃度咧就係由6% 去到15.2%。咁而我哋檢出嗰個濃度咧就係4.5到13%。咁而我哋都睇翻咧，就喺呢啲今次12款裏面咧，有7款佢嗰個濃度咧，佢同佢嗰個嘅差異咧，都係維持喺個1%嗰個即係1% 裏面啦嚇。咁所以都係可以明顯地睇到咧，若果佢個配方嗰個嘅設計係做得好，佢哋嗰個酸鹼值同埋個產品包裝係配合得好，包埋咧就係嗰個儲存嗰個嘅方法，亦都係做得好嘅話咧，即係一啲唔好見到陽光啊，比較凍啲嘅地方啊，去儲存嘅話咧，咁其實咧都真係可以維持到嗰個維他命 C 嗰個嘅濃度。咁但係咧，到消費者買咗翻屋企之後咧，個使用嘅方法咧都係非常之緊要啦。因為咧，其實正如我哋有提到啦，係好受呢個空氣啦、水分啦同埋光線嗰個影響噶嘛。咁佢如果係一氧化咗之後咧，就已經就破壞咗佢嗰個嘅功效噶啦。咁所以如果消費者買咗翻嚟，開咗佢之後試咗一陣，跟住又擺埋咗喺櫃桶嗰度，又或者擺咗喺個台嗰度好耐都唔用嘅話咧，咁同埋咧，你知香港啲天氣比較熱，咁就會影響咗佢嗰個嘅功效啦。咁但係我哋都會睇到咧，即係有啲廠商咧都有提到咧，就係佢哋都係建議翻嗰個嘅使用期限係去到幾時啦，又或者係嗰個使用方法係點。不過咧，今次嗰個嘅標示裏面咧都係有唔理想嘅地方嘅，因為有啲標示咧就冇講話佢嗰個有一款啦嚇，冇講話佢個有效期係幾時。亦都係有6款咧就淨係得 中文或者英文或者係冇中文冇英文啦嚇，個詳細成分嗰個嘅列表啦。咁同埋咧就同埋呢一啲嘅酸性嘅產品咧特別係濃度高啲嗰啲啦，咁我哋都係應該咧都係有翻一啲嘅警告字句啦，但係都冇嘅。咁所以咧喺個標示嗰方面咧，就真係廠商咧其實呢啲係佢哋絕對可以自己做到嘅嘢嚟嘅，就應該可以盡快去改善翻佢哋嘅標示。咁同埋咧就係、就住今次嗰個測試嗰個嘅結果咧，都希望佢哋繼續檢視翻佢哋嗰個配方啦、生產方法啦，去令到嗰個嘅穩定性個產品嘅穩定性啦，可以繼續去提升咯。
係香港電台。哦，OK。
Alright, some English. Okay, so 10 models who were labeled with vitamin C concentration were found to have lower concentrations than they were labeled. So could you elaborate on the method used to kind of find out such difference? And also, can you also talk about how big of an impact the discrepancy it has on consumers? Like the difference is kind of gigantic, right, between the test results and the labeled results. Thank you.
Sorry, your last question is about the advice to consumers?
And also, how big of an impact it has, like the discrepancy. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's answer the discrepancy first. This time we test 7 models of vitamin C serum, and out of which 12 has labeled its vitamin C content, concentration, and 5 didn't label the concentration. Out of the 12 that we test with the label, the stated concentration range from 6% to 15.2%, and the actual test result is 4.5% to 13%. So the difference is about minus 6%, so it's a reduction, and also one with an increase of 1% for one sample. So out of that 12 samples, 7 models could maintain the variance within 1%. So that proves the fact that if your formulation and the manufacturing process is good, and also the packaging by itself also can protect the vitamin C content as well as the storage. It can maintain, the stability and also the penetration ability of the product. But on the other hand, one reminder to consumers is when you open up the product and use it, don't just leave it aside and then use it for a much longer while, later on. Reasons being is the product is highly affected by moisture, light, and also air, and also light. Air, moisture, and light, and thus, if you leave it aside without proper storage, for a longer time, that may affect the concentration because the product will oxidate. So this is something, that we remind consumers. Other than that, there are some other tips that we have to provide to consumers. Obviously, if your skin is a little bit sensitive and have a history of allergy, and also if you have the problem of eczema, then you have to be really mindful in selecting the product because the high concentration may irritate your skin, further. So for people, with this kind of skin type, it's better to have patch tests in advance, or maybe consult your doctor, your dermatologist earlier, so that you know whether you are suitable to use vitamin C, and also to what extent that you can use it. So I hope I can answer your question.
係，唔該，有線電子。
係想再追問咧，就係頭先都有提到話，其中一款產品嗰個實際嘅濃度同佢標示嗰個差距都大嘅，都有6%。都想問翻，即係消委會覺得呢個情況係咪即係唔理想咧？即係對於消費者嚟講，會唔會即係損害咗佢哋嘅權益？同埋即係呢一間廠商有冇作出回應？點解
6%嗰個廠商我睇翻先嚇。答翻你個原則性嘅問題先啦。其實當然從一個消費者嗰個嘅權益嚟講咧，就應該越準確越好啦，就最好準確無誤嘅。咁但係咧，因為呢一類嘅產品咧，始終都係受呢一個空氣啦、水分啦、同埋光線啦，加埋嗰個用法啦，或者係生產嗰個配方所影響啦，所以有少少嘅一啲差異咧係可以理解嘅。咁但係如果佢嘅差異係太大嗰陣時咧，就可能唔係符合咗消費者嗰個嘅 期望同埋嗰個理解啦。因為個原因係當你去標示佢嗰個濃度嗰陣時，我會認為呢個濃度係適合我噶嘛。咁但係原來佢係低咗嘅話，咁即係話個效果喺用維他命 C 呢一個嘅呢一個成分嗰度咧，可能咧就係會令到個消費者咧有一個期望上面嗰個嘅落差，咁同埋咧個實際功效嗰方面咧都可能會受到影響嘅。咁所以咧呢一方面咧，我哋亦都係透過呢一個測試啦，都希望廠商咧亦都可以參考翻啦，同埋可以改善翻佢哋嗰個配方，同埋加強成個配方嗰個穩定性同埋嗰個嘅持久性啦，可以講話。咁呢個就係個重點啦。另外嗰個附錄嗰個咧，我睇翻先，佢有冇回應啊？嗰度係有回應嘅。大家如果係睇翻我哋嗰個文章裡面嘅第13版咁應該係第11號嗰個樣本嘅。咁佢亦都有解釋到咧，就係佢嗰個嘅配方裏面咧有10.5% 咧就係抗壞血酸啦，即係維他命 C 啦，同埋有2% 咧就係維他命 CG， 即係呢一啲嘅維他命 C 嗰個衍生物。咁亦都係有喺嗰個產品上面同埋佢哋網站上面嗰個標示咗嘅。不過咧，可能咧就係好多時咧，就消費者而家當去理解呢一個維他命 C 嗰陣時咧，就未係好認識有一啲叫衍生物。咁而呢啲衍生物咧，其實係我哋可以講話係一啲以化學嘅方式去輕微改變咗維他命 C 嗰個結構嘅物質嚟嘅。咁所以喺呢啲嘅層面上面咧，咁一方面就佢哋要解釋清楚多啲啦，但係另外一方面咧，消費者自己都一定要留意翻。咁同埋咧，因為今次我哋測試唔到呢個維他命 C 嗰個衍生物嗰個原因咧，就係因為係未有一個可靠嘅方法去測試。咁所以咧，我哋嗰個聚焦點咧都係測試翻有維他命 C 精華自己本身嗰個嘅產品，因為呢一啲衍生物唔係話你一搽上去咧就係會即刻即時有效嘅，佢一定要係通過咗一個轉化嘅過程咧，成為一個抗壞血酸，然後先至可以發揮到相關嗰個功效。咁但係究竟呢一啲嘅成分嗰個嘅係咪真係能夠有效，可以喺你個皮膚底層嗰度去做轉化嘅話咧，咁就仍然都係有待研究。咁所以呢一方面咧，消費者我哋可以希望透過呢個文章咧，可以加強咗佢哋對呢一方面嗰個嘅知識啦。
係南華早報，唔該。
So there's one product which contains like no vitamin C at all. I wonder for that specific product, like, does it break the law? And for customers who bought this product before, like, what to do to protect their own rights?
First of all, we have already shared this report to Customs and Excise Department. So if there's any alleged infringement of the Trade Description Ordinance, they would take independent enforcement action on that. But obviously, for consumers, when you have a certain claim about your product on certain ingredient, the consumer will expect, it contains such ingredient. But whether in infringe the law, obviously, we rely on our customs to take their investigation and also their enforcement action. For consumers, have purchased this product, what should they do? Frankly speaking, for consumers, sometimes, of course, if there's no vitamin C content, it depends on which lot and which batch. So by far, because there's no recall of the product, probably, consumer, what they can do is, first of all, approach, the traders, whether, there's possibility to exchange for other products. This from a customer service point of view, to handle that. But for some consumers, because they have so many bottles in their drawers already, because usually the ladies will have many different kinds of skincare. Probably, if this one, they think it may not offer the kind of performance, that they expect, they would probably leave it aside or just, dispose it if it is already oxidate as well. So I think, this is the most practical way, that we could, tips, that we can always offer to consumers.
好，仲有一條。香港係咪香港01 ？sorry， 聽到係明報，唔該。
唔該，想問一問翻咧，啱啱仲有提及過嗰7款樣本入邊咧，其實係有驗出話唔符合歐盟化妝品法規上面嘅一啲成分嘅標示上限啦。咁就見到都話其實對於嘅人士咧都係會出現一個情況，都 唔會話其實個情況嚴唔嚴重咧？咁多款都驗到，其實個情況係咪話唔係好理想咧？同埋想關注翻話，因為其實維他命 C 嗰個配方，即係佢嗰個 expiry date 其實都係相當之緊要啦。咁有一款係直頭冇標示任何 expiry date 嘅資料，咁會唔會話即係其實建議佢點樣改進，同埋話個情況其實對消費者係咪真係好唔理想咁樣咧？唔該。
好，不如答咗 expiry date 嗰個先啦。咁呢個絕對明顯有幾個，唔淨止呢一個，其實因為有唔同嘅廠商啦嚇，佢哋嗰個嘅產品嘅標示咧都唔係好全面啊。咁我哋覺得都係需要改善嘅。咁就係包括一款就係佢完全冇講任何嘅有效期啦。因為呢一啲產品咧其實就嗰個會容易氧化啦，同埋真係有個有限期啦。咁所以呢一方面要改善啦。第二咧就係中文同埋英文嗰個詳細成分嗰個嘅列表嗰個標示啦。咁亦都有6款樣本冇啦。咁同埋有3款樣本咧，亦都冇註明一啲嘅警告嘅字句嘅。咁所以咧，我哋覺得咧，所有廠商其實喺個標示嗰方面咧，真係唔需要話法例一定要你要求嗰陣時你就先至做嘅，但係當然有法例去保障消費者更加好啦。咁但係如果冇嗰陣時咧，其實我哋睇到好多產品咧都係喺第二啲唔同嘅地方進口嘅話咧，其實佢哋都有當地嗰個法規都係有嗰個需要。咁所以咧喺個產品嘅標示嗰方面咧，我哋覺得廠商咧應該可以即時就係去改善㗎啦。咁而講翻嗰個香料致敏物質啦，咁香料致敏物質咧就而家香港係冇特定嘅法例咧，就係講呢個香料致敏物質嘅。咁但係如果我哋參考歐盟嗰個嘅作出標示嗰個嘅上限啦嚇，咁亦都係睇到咧，就係喺7款嘅樣本裏面咧，就係驗咗7種嗰個嘅。嗰個嘅香料致敏物，咁而係根據歐盟嗰個法規嘅話咧，就係需要作出嗰個標示嘅。咁而我亦都睇到咧，呢7款嘅樣本咧，佢哋含嘅種類咧就係由1種到3種咗緊啦。咁而喺呢一方面咧，較常見嘅咧就係呢個檸檬烯同埋芳樟醇嚇，有5款係檸檬烯，有4款係芳樟醇。咁其實咧講到話嗰含量究竟要幾多，跟住就先令到嗰個消費者嗰個嘅風險係有幾高咧？其實咧就如果你講到敏感嘅話咧，有啲人如果好敏感嘅話，叮咁多都已經真係會好有影響㗎。咁但係如果譬如普通人佢對嗰樣嘢唔敏感嘅話咧，就真係你個濃度比較高啲都係冇問題。咁所以咧，我哋覺得嗰個標示嘅成分係好緊要嘅，因為通常咧啲皮膚敏感嘅人咧，佢都應該已經睇過皮膚科醫生，亦都要知道自己係大約係對啲咩敏感。咁而咧去買佢哋嗰啲嘅護膚品啊，或者係啲化妝品啊嗰陣時咧，亦都係加倍小心嘅。咁所以嗰個標示咧，亦都係非常之重要啦。咁但係我哋亦都睇到咧，喺今次嗰個嘅標示上邊咧，只係有3款嘅樣本咧有標示全部，即係喺個7款裏面啦，有3款有標示全部或者係個別嗰個嘅成分，咁所以亦都唔係太理想嘅。因為如果你冇警告字句，亦都冇標示嗰個成分嘅話咧，嗰個消費者以為係冇問題，又或者即係想試下嗰個產品，咁但係點知佢原來係過敏嘅，有濕疹或者係過敏嗰陣時，其實就會嚴重起上嚟啦，即係我哋叫過度咁樣去接觸呢一啲嘅成分嘅話咧，有機會係會構成呢一個過敏性接觸嘅皮膚炎啦，同埋咧呢一個嘅紅疹嘅。咁大家都會知道啦，即係患過嘅人都會知道會好紅啦、好辛苦啦、好痕啦、會拗損佢啦，即係會越嚟越嚴重啦。咁所以喺呢一方面咧，廠商咧都係有空間去改善咯。因為如果有7款係驗出，即係話有12款冇擺到香料致敏嘅物質，咁即係話喺個配方上邊咧，其實亦都可以改善去令到咧呢啲致敏物咧去盡量去減到最低。
申報人，
有一款產品咧有近性嘅字物，就係佢係有標記嘅，會唔會有人用咗之後反而令到皮膚更加差咧？咁如果市民用維他命 C 嘅精華素嘅時候，使唔使喺手試一試有冇過敏先用咧？
嗱，如果你個皮膚係一般冇乜大問題嘅話咧，咁你都可以安心咁樣去試上自己嗰個面度啦。咁但係咧使用嗰陣時咧，記得咧就係洗乾淨塊面，跟住然後先好用啦嚇。呢一個係最基本嗰個嘅概念啦。咁但係若果你個皮膚自己本身係相對嚟講係比較敏感啲嘅話咧，咁其實咧我哋就會建議我哋叫做個 patch test，即係話你擺喺一啲手啊一啲地方去試一試，究竟你有冇問題先。即其實呢一個方法咧 喺好多唔同嘅一啲嘅護膚品啊，或者係搽喺個皮膚上邊嘅一啲嘅用品嚇，都係有呢一個咁嘅建議嘅。譬如話呢啲染髮劑啊嗰啲都係會係咁樣樣嚇，咁所以咧都係會建議咧就係我哋叫做下一個 patch test 啦，即係睇下佢究竟係咪有敏感先啦。咁同埋咧，如果你真係個皮膚比較敏感嘅話咧，就千祈唔好貪心啦。儘管係我哋今次係建議大家最理想嘅濃度係10到20%，嗰個穿透嗰個皮膚係會比較好，同埋個穩定性比較好。咁但係若果係個高濃度咧，可能對啲皮膚敏感嘅人士都會有影響。咁所以開始嗰陣時，可能係用啲比較低濃度嘅維他命 C 嘅精華咧，係會比較穩陣啲。咁然後先慢慢去調整下，可唔可以用啲高啲嘅濃度咯？
好，請問大家就住呢一個含維他命 C 嘅護膚品，仲有冇其他問題？
同埋最嬲尾一句就，如果有啲女士啦嚇，或者男女士都好啦，做完一個高能量嘅皮膚療程，記住就真係唔好即刻去用呢個維他命 C 嗰個嘅產品，因為你個皮膚嗰陣時就可能會比較乾啲啦，又或者係比較敏感。咁所以你即刻用一啲咁刺激嘅嘢去刺激你個皮膚嘅話咧，可能係弄巧反拙嘅。咁呢個大家都要再留意啦。
好，唔該 Gilly， 係咪冇其他相關嘅問題？好，咁如果冇嘅話咧，我哋就去下一個題目。下一個題目係超市貨品容量或重量嘅變動調查。我哋俾少少時間兩位整理一下文件先啊。唔該。可以開始啊！好，唔該，香港電台先。
唔好意思，想問下咧，就係你哋提到就係話今次呢一個情況就一個縮水式嘅通脹啦，就係喺呢一個容量或者重量減少但係價格維持不變嘅情況之下而產生呢個縮水式通脹。不過咧，即係譬如消委會檢視嗰60款喺過去3年半就提到個容量同重量有變動嘅超市貨品，但係譬如呢60件嘅貨品咧，其實佢哋個售價照道理喺呢3年半都不斷咁樣變化。咁想睇下其實消委會係用咩準則同埋個過程係點樣去得出呢一個係佢嗰個容量同重量有變動，但係其實售價不變嘅情況之下出現呢個縮水式通脹嘅呢個結論。唔該。
嗱，其實我哋根據我哋網上價格嘅一覽通，我哋呢個網站嗰度咧，其實即係當你喺輸入相關嘅資料，其實我哋就睇到一個對比喺度㗎啦。咁其實我哋都鼓勵消費者去用多啲我哋呢個網站去鼓勵啦。咁同埋另外去攞多啲資訊啦。咁同埋即係如果係大家係成日去買某一個產品嘅，其實對某一個產品嘅容量啊，或者亦都係比較熟悉啲嘅。咁呢個其實即係大家都可以細心觀察去睇到嘅。咁當然有陣時，當然亦都可以從佢嘅 packing 去留意到，譬如係啲新配方啊、升級啊等等字眼咧，其實係咪意味着一啲有啲改變咧？其實都係一啲好嘅 indication 啦嚇。
唔好意思，我想了解嘅係因為佢嗰個當然嗰個重量或者係嗰個容量係有改變啦，但係其實佢嗰個價錢本身都喺度變緊。咁點樣可以 track 到佢3年半其實喺即係嗰個價係點定佢一個價格？因為佢價格唔變，佢嗰個重量變，咁就可以知道佢嗰個係縮水式通脹啦。但係你哋係用譬如用每個容量嘅計法啊，定係用乜嘢計法啦，而得出即係你哋認為嗰個縮水式通脹嗰個結論？
好，咁不如我解釋下我哋嗰個網上價格一覽通先啦。因為如果大家上翻我哋網上價格一覽通嘅話咧，其實裡面就係涵蓋咗大約2900件貨品，係有7個唔同嘅零售點啦嚇，超市啊或者係一啲健與美店啦嚇。裡面咧嗰啲嘅產品，咁就我哋係不時咁樣去更新嘅，差唔多係佢有新更新嗰陣時咧，我哋啲數據咧就已經去拉咗佢落嚟。去立咗我哋嗰個嘅數據庫嗰度㗎啦，咁所以喺我哋有一個龐大嘅數據庫裏面咧，咁其實我哋就要去睇啦。咁過去嗰段時間就係我哋嗰個嘅研究時間咧，就係喺2021年去到2021年嘅1月去到2024年嘅7月，因為唔係件貨都一定會轉嗰個重量或者係佢嘅嗰個嗰個嘅容量㗎嘛，咁所以咧我哋就數啦。就會去掃翻究竟有邊一啲咧就係有改變到啦， 咁又改變到嗰啲咧，我哋就掹佢出嚟啦嚇，因為咧喺我哋嗰個嘅數據庫裏面咧，其實咧都已經有埋佢哋嗰個嘅零售價噶嘛，咁我哋咪計咯，即係我哋就真係一個表咁樣去計啦嚇，咁啊去計翻佢究竟你有冇加到價先，因為其實如果你係改咗個容量，你個 unit pricing 即係你嗰個單位價格係冇改嘅話，咁即係冇加價啦，係咪？咁我哋就係去計翻究竟喺一個當你嗰個容量或者係重量係有所更改嗰陣時，究竟你個價格個調整係點樣樣？佢可能係減價㗎。係咪嚇？因為有啲係減價促銷，我細啲，但係我又會平翻啲俾個客。但係咧，我哋就會睇翻嗰個嘅趨勢係點樣樣。咁而咧，我哋喺今次嗰個研究裏面咧，就係個即係睇到咧，就喺62件嗰個嘅貨品裏面咧，有58件，即係我哋睇到有更改嘅嚇，有58件咧就係細咗嘅，即係個容量同埋嗰個重量細咗。咁而有增加嘅咧就係得4件。咁而咧喺呢啲58件裏面咧，亦都係睇到咧，佢哋嗰個容量或者重量上邊嗰個嘅調整嗰個幅度啦。譬如話係講糖果、餅乾同埋零食呢個最常見嘅啦，有24件啦，就係減咗2.3對到17.5% 啦。如果個人護理嘅用品，因為嗰啲通常係講重量啦嚇，即係個容量啦，就係2.9去到19.9嗰個嘅 percent 啦。咁有啲就係減咗10% 或以上啦。咁同埋有頭先都有講到啦，就係有啲貨品咧就係3年裏面咧就減咗2次添。咁咧呢個就係我哋會睇到啦。咁然後咧我哋就再睇啦，因為咧有啲貨品當我哋再睇翻佢嗰個建議零售價嗰陣時咧，就係亦都睇到咧係有嗰個上升嗰個趨勢。咁所以咧喺我哋，因為其實我哋喺網上邊睇完嗰啲數據之後咧，其實我哋都會去揾翻個廠商咧，去再確認翻佢哋嗰個嘅價錢，因為嗰個價錢可能有時係個零售商嗰個價錢。咁我哋再穩陣啲咧，去揾埋嗰個廠商咧，去睇翻佢哋嗰個建議零售價嗰個嘅貨品嗰陣時咧，都係再去計嗰個嘅價錢，就會發現咧係有39件有呢一個同廠商有提供嘅建議零售價嗰個貨品裏面咧，有38件咧就係加咗價。咁我哋係用一個咁嘅方法去計咗出嚟咯，清楚咯嗬？
好唔該。有冇其他記者朋友有想係？東華係。
請教下，因為其實見到都部分嘅產品都減咗量之後個價格不變啦，有啲又加啦。其實消委會自己睇咧，即係覺得即係廠商係減容量好啲啊，定係加價好啲咧？即係邊一樣你哋要比較 prefer 啲，係令到消費者更加容易知道嗰個產品嘅實際情況咧？
我諗從一個消費者一個常理嘅角度咧，越多越好，越平越好啦，係咪？即係，但係如果你話幾害取其輕，好似你個問題就係一個咁嘅講法。但係我哋覺得咧，其實真係在商言商，即係每一個廠商，譬如話大家睇翻我哋即係廠商嗰啲回應啦嚇，即係喺個版係40同埋41，其實有好多廠商咧都有回應到我哋嘅。咁如果回應裏面咧，其實佢哋有不同嘅理由去轉佢哋嗰個產品嗰個嘅容量或者係重量咁或者係減嗰個件數，有啲就話統一翻佢哋嗰個生產線，有啲就係要優化嗰個嘅廠房。但係亦都有啲咧係開宗明義，亦都講好白，亦都話俾我哋聽咧，就因為係成本上漲，咁所以我哋亦都作出調整，唔想係加價，咁所以咧我哋就唯有減少量啦咁樣。咁所以咧，其實每一個廠商或者生產商啦嚇，佢哋嗰個嘅諗法可能都真係有啲唔同，亦都有唔同嘅原因去改變佢哋嗰個嘅產品。咁但係咧，我哋覺得咧個重點係在於消費者嗰個知情權。個知情權就係話，究竟你有冇話俾我知，你係修訂咗你哋嗰個嘅重量，即係產品嗰個嘅 size 啦。第二方面咧，就係究竟對我嚟講方便我格價，因為若果我可以格到價我冇任何對一個產品有任何忠誠度嘅，咁我總之係純睇價錢去睇嘅話，咁我容易都要格價，或者我係跟開某一種產品，我都好想知道究竟佢有冇加到價嘅話，喺咁嘅情況底下，如果你又唔話俾佢聽，咁又好似佢哋覺得有啲問題，但係又唔係覺得有啲咩問題咁所以咧喺呢一啲嘅情況底下咧，我哋覺得對個消費者嘅知情權咧就真係唔係太理想啦。咁而呢一篇文章咧嗰個嘅重點就係在於，我哋都好想倡議咧，就係因為喺唔同嘅情況底下，真係唔同產品都有可能會減佢哋即係修正佢哋嗰個嘅容量。咁但係點樣去標示就好緊要啦。咁而我哋亦都好希望咧，就係不論個零售點啦，或者係個 個廠商啦，喺佢哋啲產品真係若果係有所修正嗰陣時咧，亦都係好透明、具透明度咁樣啦，去話翻俾個消費者聽。咁而咧今次我哋個題目都有講到咧，其實某程度上對消費者嚟講，你縮細咗，咁又冇平到，咁就自然就係一個縮水式嘅通脹啦，即係 inflation 啦。咁所以我哋都會覺得若果係因為其實全球都係有呢個問題嘅。咁若果係真係去到香港亦都係比較嚴重啲嘅情況嗰陣時咧，我哋就要睇下究竟係咪有可能性就係去引入翻其他而家地方嘅做法，就係有要求，若果你真係改咗嗰個嘅容量嗰陣時咧，就係要有所標示，同埋咧係標示幾耐。咁呢一啲咧對嗰個提升個消費者嘅知情權嚟講咧，都係一個好重要嘅作用咯。唔係話唔俾你去修正，又只不過係令到嗰個資訊嘅透明度咧可以100%咁樣去話到俾消費者聽。
Self-China Morning Post.
So I have a third question. The first question is about your comment about the trend in general, because the economy is still challenging all over the world. Is it still within the acceptable amount of change? Since the operation environment is not that good for most manufacturers. And the second one is about does the council have any preference in how the authorities should regulate this trend? Because it's mentioned that there are other countries' methods, and also you list that maybe the retailer should consider listing the unit price. So do you have a preference on how the authority should approach it? And the third question is because for consumers it's really hard to track all the content and weight because they don't have any consistent record for these kind of items. Do you have any recommendations or advice for consumers to keep track of these changes in the price?
All right. The trend, obviously, the world is facing economic challenges right now. So there are different reasons for the traders to adjust their the weight or the volume of their products. We looked at that, but the spirit of it is we have to balance the market to ensure it's fair to consumers. Is the consumer rights to be informed about the change. So for this article, because usually, for this kind of little change, consumers may not be easily spotted, except, you follow the product for a long time. You are so loyal to that, then you follow. Otherwise, when there's a modest change, like this time, only 3 grams of instant noodle or maybe 20 grams of a body lotion, consumers is really hard, to keep track of that. So the right to be informed is so important, and that's why what we advocate for is to make it transparent in presenting it when you have a change in your product size or volume. On the other hand, for easy comparison, the unit pricing display will be very useful for consumers, because when they compare it, they don't have to calculate themselves. They just compare the unit pricing by themselves. You mean your question is whether it is the immediate measure to legislate for seeking this kind of information transparency? Yes or no? The reason is Hong Kong is a very open market. We import a lot of products, worldwide. We don't have our self-production, that much. So if we are asking the manufacturers, to legislate according to, ask the government to legislate according to what other markets has been doing right now, we have to consider whether it is the most effective measure. But on the other hand, very practical way to help consumer to compare is unit pricing. And unit pricing can be done anytime by retailers immediately. So if they can do it, it will help a lot to consumers instead of sparing the public resource on legislation. But of course, if it is getting very serious, everything change, but without any information disclosure, then it will be the time to really review.
係香港電台英文台。
Also some English questions. So based on the Consumer Council's findings, out of the 62 products surveyed, could you clarify how many actually experienced the actual price hike? How many remained unchanged, and how many saw a reduction in price? Because you're just mentioning about the factual price, not the actual price hike. And secondly, the survey covered products with volume and weight changes over the past 3.5 years. So I wonder, even if like the volume changes and the price is increased, isn't that like reasonable for the retailer to do so, like based on the 3.5 years span of years that because of the actual inflation, they could raise the price or the cost of materials. Yeah, so thank you.
Under inflation, it doesn't mean that all products has to increase their price naturally. Because of competition, because of their marketing strategy and business strategy, they can reduce the price to go for volume, to go for the economy of scale. So whether there's a price increase, obviously it is the business decision of the traders, subject to the assessment about their business and the market condition. We won't say there's anything reasonable or unreasonable, but obviously a very easy benchmark for consumer is the inflation rate. Whether your increase has passed the inflation rate a lot, or meet the inflation, or below the inflation, or even no increase. So this is a more common reference point for consumers and also for the public when you talk about whether your product has increased the price at a reasonable rate or not. So I think probably in the free market, that's how we assess the situation. Going back to your first question is about the 62 product. You want to clarify about the findings, right? Is it okay? Out of the 62 sampled that we surveyed, that we found to have a change in volume or weight in our online price watch during the period of from January 2021 all the way to July 2024, because it doesn't mean every product has a change in their size. So we have to look into which one has a change in size, and we found the 62. And then we send the information to the traders to ask for confirmation about the change and also their recommended retail price. As a result of that, 62 sampled products, what we found is there were 58 have a reduction in the volume or weight in the range of minus 1.3% all the way up to a minus 30%. And the most common one that we found is about candies, biscuits, and also some snacks. 24 sample, reducing from 2.3% all the way to 17.5%. And 10 personal care product has a reduction of 2.9% all the way to a reduction of around 20%. In terms of the 39 products that's confirmed by the traders about their regular retail, their recommended retail price, 38, so it's almost all, has a price increase from 1.4% all the way up to 26.2%. And out of which 16 sample has an increase of 10% or more. So I hope that could summarize the findings for you.
好，明報。
好啊，都想問下咧，即係都講到話韓國同埋法國都有啲相應嘅管制措施啦，即係譬如要求啲商家要喺貨品包裝啊、店鋪要改動嘅時候就標明啦，即係有冇話覺得可能香港可能參考韓國或者法國邊一度更加適合香港咧？同埋如果香港要實行嘅話，有冇啲乜嘢難處咧？另外都想請教下就係、消委會都認為廠商係有責任喺貨品包裝同埋銷售點嗰度就清晰列明嗰啲改動啦。咁我見其實都揾咗好多廠商回應，咁但係啲廠商有冇回應呢個 point？ 係啦，即係有冇回應話我哋都可以喺啲零售點啊、銷售點啊度可以做下啲改動嗰啲標籤啊啲情況。
OK。好，咁答咗你第一條問題先啦。究竟咩措施香港會比較適合啲啦？嗱，咁其實大家要理解香港一個咩市場先。香港個市場係好細嘅啫，我哋700萬人，有好多唔同嘅貨品，同埋我哋咧就唔係一個好大嘅一個生產地嚟嘅。我哋好多產品咧都係進口嘅產品嚟嘅。咁所以咧就係當我哋要考慮究竟咩措施係最適合香港嗰陣時咧，都要考慮呢一點嘅。咁我哋係咪好多生產地？因為根本你由做嗰個食品或者係嗰件貨品到包裝， 到出口嚇，咁若果或者喺當地去銷售，咁若果係一個好大嘅市場嘅話，咁喺呢啲情況底下，可能呢一啲嘅法例嘅咧就會比較奏效啲啦。咁但係你嘅基於香港嘅情況咧，其實亦都係最簡單、最快捷可以幫到消費者，因為消費者最大嗰個嘅關注點，亦都係佢嘅權益咧，就係嗰個知情權。咁如果係喺個知情權嘅情況底下，咁喺第二啲地方就用一個法例嘅方法，但係如果香港咧就考慮到頭先我講嗰啲唔同嘅因素嘅話咧，咁其實我哋認為咧就最快嘅方法咧就係去倡議咧就係去有一個我哋叫做單位價格。即係 unit pricing 英文就係去令到個消費者去可以知道究竟就算你點樣改你嗰個嘅重量或者係容量嗰陣時，究竟你有冇加到價先咁若果係用一個咁，同埋我可以用呢個價格去比較唔同產品啊嘛即係就算係產品 A、B、C、D、E 同一類係同一個功能嘅，譬如話當沐浴露咁先算。咁但係如果我係有一個單位價格嘅話咧，咁你就可以好容易去比較到究竟個產品究竟邊一個比較抵啲啦同埋若果佢係跟開某一啲嘅產品嗰陣時咧，究竟佢有冇加到價？咁但係當然啦，如果真係好長遠嚟講，真係嗰個呢一個縮水式通脹喺香港係非常之嚴重喎，好厲害喎，咁又點算咧？咁當然咧，到期時咧都真係要再作一個比較深入啲嘅研究咧，究竟用咩措施會比較適合啲去處理呢一方面嗰個問題？廠商嗰度咧，其實我哋主要咧就係同佢確認翻有冇改到啦，嗰個建議零售價啦，同埋點解佢哋要改佢哋嗰個嘅重量同埋容量啦。咁但係當然咧，就我哋冇話問佢點解你唔通知消費者啊咁樣嘅。咁所以咧喺呢一度咧，我哋做咗整合咗之後咧，其實我哋有一個好重要嘅建議咧，就係其實佢哋都可以將嗰個資訊透明度咧可以再提升如果你嗰個包裝係講得好清楚又或者係當你去做宣傳推廣嗰陣時，亦都係講得清楚啲嘅話咧，咁其實個消費者咧就會知多啲咯。
想問係咪 TVB 啊？係。
唔該，首先想問一問下嘉樂士嗰隻牌子啦，就想問下嘉樂士有冇回覆到你哋嗰個查詢啦，同埋話嗰款250嘅嗰個香甜玉米片，其實喺香港係咪都唔常賣嘅咧？同埋想知道話啱啱都提及過話，其實
唔好意思，你係講緊幾多號嘅樣本啊？唔好意思啊。
應該係個貨品編號係4啊，250嗰個，即係想知道呢一款喺香港其實係唔係常賣，同埋。
我諗呢一啲嘅品牌都係我哋冇一個好客觀嘅數據，究竟佢喺呢一個市場上邊嗰個嘅市場佔有率係有幾多？不過若果係從我哋睇到一啲嘅品牌上邊同埋佢哋嗰個產品好多時喺唔同嘅零售點去出現嘅話咧，呢一個都係一個好常見嘅產品啦。
想關心嘅嘢就係話，啱啱都提及過話，考慮到香港呢個市場嘅嗰個性質，其實可能話立法都未必係話即係現階段最 suggest 嘅方法啦。咁如果唔立法嘅話，即係去到幾嚴重嘅時候，應該話立法最好咧，同埋話應該可以點樣做咧？同埋就想問一問話，因為雖然係都會話可以 unit price 係更加清楚咁樣去解釋話究竟嗰個價格個變動係點樣俾消費者參考，但係會唔會話翻點樣先至為止係一個 reasonable 嘅一個改動？其實消費者係可以點樣去 compare 呢建議？
嗱。你問咗好多條問題，我嘗試記得晒去答你啊嚇。嗱，首先第一咧就係4號呢一個嘅產品咧，佢哋係冇覆到我哋㗎嚇。雖然我哋有發信俾佢哋啦嚇，確認啦嚇，咁但係佢哋係冇覆到俾我哋嘅。咁呢個答咗第一個問題先啦。咁第二個問題就係話若果係去到好嚴重嗰陣時，又會點樣樣咧？咁樣樣咁，但係當然啦，其實喺一個好自由開放嘅市場嚟講咧，唔同嘅競爭嘅情況底下咧，嗰個嘅市場嘅產品佢哋嗰個價格嗰個嘅調整咧，都係根據嗰個市場嗰個嘅競爭咧，就係同埋佢哋嗰個嘅廠商自己本身嗰個嘅市場策略啦，同埋營銷策略咧去作出修訂嘅嚇。咁所以好難講話幾時係叫最嚴重。咁當然可能即係去到好極端嗰陣時，就全部啲嘢都縮晒水，又賣到好貴咁嘅情況，大家深深感受到嗰陣時，就可能有一個好極端嘅情況啦。但係普遍一個好開放嘅市場嚟講咧，好少可會係有咁嘅情況。同埋消費者到如果係一個咁嘅市場嗰陣時咧， 可能全世界都可能有咁嘅情況，嗰陣時就真係要研究下大家用啲咩措施咧去處理啦。咁但係我哋今次呢個研究咧就唔係去到咁深入嘅情況㗎，咁所以咧都我哋今次舉一個例子就係睇到有啲國家咧就係有啲應對措施係透過立法嗰個方法。咁但係頭先我都已經解釋咗啦，呢一個未必係即時我哋係最有效嗰個措施，反而就係幫個消費者增加嗰個資訊透明度同埋幫佢哋去格價咧，就係我覺得係最實際嗰個嘅方法去處理啦。你仲有一條問題嘅？
想知道翻話先。
你問完都唔記得咗啦。
應該係想知道翻話如果想問一問翻啱啱話如果現階段唔建議立法嘅話，咁其實消費者係可以用翻個 unit price 啊嘛，建議係。咁其實消費者見到嗰個價格變動，佢點樣先至可以去 judge 話，究竟呢個係咪叫做一個合理，即係符合 inflation 咁樣嘅即係嘅一個改變啦？
如果用一個好客觀嘅方法，大家通常其實咧每一個人覺得嗰樣嘢合唔合理嘅話咧，就會有佢自己心中個把尺，同埋因為真係好視乎佢嗰個負擔能力嘅。好坦白講，咁但係咧，如果用一個比較客觀啲嘅數字去大家去作為一個基準去比較下嘅話咧，當然就係我哋嗰個通脹率啦嚇。因為如果你係遠高於通脹、啱啱到通脹、低於通脹同埋完全唔加價嘅話，或者甚至減價嘅話，咁呢個係最受消費者嗰個嘅歡迎啦嚇。因為有啲產品真係㗎，我薄利多銷，我最緊要攞個量嘅，我唔係要求係攞個好高嘅利潤嘅。咁呢個都係每一個營商者嗰個取態嗰個唔同嚇。咁所以咧，即係消費者點解我哋話嗰個單位價格去比較就好緊要啦。因為如果你係跟開嗰個產品嗰陣時，你真係可以睇到佢每一個單位價格一路加上去喎，定係原來佢有減價喎。咁你可以用一個好客觀嘅方法去比較。同埋當同一樣嘅嘢係有 A 到 Z 有幾十種嘅產品去揀嗰陣時咧，即係好難，有時格價會都幾混亂下。你唔通揾個計數機不斷咁樣篤咩？咁但係若果係有一個單位價格嘅話咧，就容易啲去幫消費者去比較佢個價錢啦。
AM73
我想問翻即係23、24年嗰個投訴數字咧，即係400幾宗同300幾宗裏面，其實裡面有幾多係涉及呢個縮水式嘅通脹嘅咧？如果係即係佔比少嘅話，其實係咪都反映到即係其實呢一類型嘅通脹都比較難發現咧？同埋第二就係想問下呢個縮水式通脹呢個問題，尤其喺嗰個顯示單位嗰度，喺網購嘅超市其實個情況有冇都係類近咧？有冇話可能網購反而呢啲資訊會清晰少少咧？唔該。
網購呢一方面嘅資訊嗰個建議即係佢嗰個零售價都係一樣嘅嚇，佢哋係冇出嗰個單位價格嘅。咁但係反而我哋網上價格一覽通咧，就俾我做下宣傳啦。我哋就有呢個功能去幫大家咧。如果你係追蹤開某一啲嘅產品嘅話咧，我哋就會幫你咧就係去做埋呢一個格價嘅。咁所以咧就大家可以幫我宣傳下呢一個網上價格一覽通嚇。咁去翻嗰個投訴嘅數字啦。咁係我哋嗰個投訴嘅數字咧就其實每年都有500至到500宗咗緊啦嚇嘅投訴嘅，咁而去到今年嘅1月到9月咧就係313宗。咁其實因為呢一啲嘅微量嘅調整咧，即係正如頭先所講咧，可能消費者都好難去察覺。咁我哋如果真係有關於嗰個容量、重量、大小或者包裝佢嗰個含量嘅投訴咧，就有39宗。咁呢個咧就同數量嗰方面嗰個嘅投訴係相關，但係若果同超市整體相關嘅投訴咧，喺過去嗰3年到9月啦嚇，即係3年零9個月裏面咧，就我哋收到1875宗，咁就有幾個主要嘅訴因啦，一個就係價格嘅爭議啦，即係所以係嗰個 unit pricing 同埋嗰個價格嘅標示就一定要清楚啦，因為價格爭議佔成355宗，另外就服務質素啦嚇，因為咧就好多時當話喂有嘢唔妥喎，再喺個 counter 嗰度去大家希望可處理到嗰陣時咧，但係態度唔好，又或者係有爭拗嘅話咧，即係好多時都有呢啲咁嘅情況，咁啊有成345宗。咁跟住就係網購啦，就送貨延誤啦，又或者係送嗰啲貨品嘅質素咧就出現咗問題啦，呢啲都係主要嘅訴因。咁同埋咧，亦都係過往亦都有唔少嘅投訴啦，有成250宗啦，係講你送嗰啲過期嘅產品俾我喎，又或者係你啲折扣啊係出現咗問題喎，咁呢啲都係消費者主要嗰個嘅訴因咯。
好，就住呢個題目，仲有冇記者朋友有啲咩問題㗎？好，如果冇嘅話咧，我哋就再去下一個題目啦。下一個題目係電子禮品卡，咁我哋俾少少時間兩位整理一下文件先，唔該。 有冇問題係關於呢個電子禮品卡㗎？請問有冇？啊，好，東方唔該。
我想請問下，嗰個見到電子禮品卡喺今年都有29宗投訴啦，較舊年多咗3宗啦。請教下啲投訴內容係咪同你哋即係今次調查嘅題目相關咧？用唔到啊等等嘅情況係點樣咧？唔該。
今次我哋嘅研究裏面咧，就主要係一啲單一商戶集中喺某一類嘅產品嚇，即係因為今次我哋嗰個嘅類別咧，就係集中喺呢一個啲衣服鞋襪啊嗰啲嘅產品嗰度啦，又或者就係睇下先。我哋係主要係兩類啦嚇，另外就係嗰啲玩具啊、家品啊嗰啲咁嘅嘢啦嚇。咁但係咧，我哋嘅投訴嗰啲嘅內容咧，嗰幾十宗咧，過往我哋收到咧，可以話幾大部分咧，就係啲多用途嘅禮品卡，啲電子嘅禮品卡。嗰啲多用途嘅禮品卡咧，即係特別係其實真係買呢啲卡原來真係好方便嘅。你去啲連鎖嘅嗰啲叫咩點啊？
佢哋可能喺佢哋自己商戶嗰度有得賣啊，或者一啲即係便利店啊，各方面都有。咁我哋都睇到好多形形種種唔同嘅呢啲禮品卡。咁但係我哋今次就主要 focus 喺譬如話喺啲 search engine 上邊一個比較 top 10嘅幾個常用啦。咁亦都係譬如話家品啊、玩具啊呢啲都係比較體育用品啊都係比較接近人生或者都係比較大家多討論嘅一啲產品，今次去做呢方面啦。
嗱，咁再補充少少啦，就係當嗰啲投訴裡面嘅訴因係咩咧？就係好方便喺啲便利店嗰度去買到呢啲卡，但係點知咧呢啲卡咧買咗之後咧就用唔到，個曲用唔到，失效。咁但係咧就再去追嗰陣時咧就話好似幫你唔到喎，又或者想退款嗰陣時咧退極都退唔到喎，咁啊出現咗呢個問題。咁有啲嘅內容咧就係講緊去某一啲嘅大嘅鋪頭啦，去買咗一個禮品卡。咁但係咧就之後咧佢想用嗰陣時咧就發現已經俾人用咗啦，嚇，即係已經俾人盜用咗啦。咁佢覺得嗰個安全嗰個性係好有問題啦。但係盜用咗之後，跟住然後嗰間鋪頭又話我又幫你唔到啦嚇，咁但係真金白銀係佢自己俾錢買㗎嘛，咁所以咧就個消費者亦都係非常之唔高興啦，就係希望嚟消委會嗰度投訴啦嚇，咁亦都係有啲嘅情況咧，就係比較個別嘅呢一啲就係啲細路仔自己去買咗，咁但係咧就係買好多遊戲啊、充值啊等等，咁但係點知個家長係唔知道嘅。咁啊，當然阿爸阿媽就好唔高興啦，係咪嚇？咁啊，亦都係希望我哋可以幫到手咧，去作出相關嗰個退款嘅。咁喺呢一度，我諗最緊要呼籲就係希望啲電子禮品卡嘅商戶啦。第一就佢哋啲條款要寫得清晰啦，同埋佢哋啲客服咧就係好清楚佢哋嗰個嘅運作，同埋點樣去服務個客人啦，同埋嗰個使用嗰方面咧，我哋好希望咧就盡量係具彈性啦嚇，因為譬如話我哋今次有3間咧，佢哋要一定要登記成為會員，又或者係要註冊做賬戶，即係乜嘢嘢都一定要download 咗個 app 先，然後先至可以用得。咁其實我真係唔想 download 你個 app 啊嘛，我又唔係成日用你，咁點解你要逼我 download 你個 app 咧？咁呢一啲咧就即係主要係我哋睇到有好多限制嗰個問題啦，同埋亦都有啲咧就嗰個時限嗰度咧當然係越寬鬆越好啦。咁但係亦都提醒消費者咧，就係你真係收到之後最好盡快用咗佢啦，因為儲埋嘅話，第一你有機會唔記得，第二如果萬一執咗粒，仲大件事。咁第三咧就係你用唔晒嗰陣時，亦都可能遺忘咗，咁啊嗰啲餘額咧，亦都係嘥咗錢。咁呢一啲咧都係建議消費者咧就係要留意嘅。咁同埋咧就係而家網騙比較多，咁所以如果有啲 phishing 係有啲網即係你收到張嘅電子禮品卡嗰陣時，即係都唔好亂撳撳，你都一定要去確認清楚嗰個電子禮品卡嗰個真偽。同埋咧真係亦都唔好怕醜。如果有人送嘢俾你嘅話，咁你都話聲俾嗰個人聽，我送咗嘢俾你。如果唔係嘅話，佢以為係假嘅，掂都唔掂。咁啊到過期嗰陣時咧，又係嘥咗錢。咁所以呢一啲嘅細節嗰方面咧，都希望消費者去留意咯。
好，如果大家sorry，South China One Post。
Two quick questions. So because consumers don't usually read those like long terms very carefully. Apart from like stating them in the written text, what else can the traders and retailers do? And another question is about the regulation. Like, will the council suggest adopting like other countries' methods, like putting some regulations on like the expiry date and the refund methods and stuff? Thank you.
Well, I think a very good way to handle the situation is to use the card as soon as possible. I think we based from our report this time, we understand that there may be a period of time that you can spend the amount, but in most cases, a lot of people just forget. So our advice is to use the card as soon as possible. And of course, sometimes they may have discount, maybe easy to access and all that, but it's very important for them to review and see the terms and make sure that they can use it, because we have received cases that the purchaser may not be so clear on such situation, and somehow when they arrive at the store and just cannot spend the amount. So we do encourage them to use the card as soon as possible to avoid any dispute. And also some other issue, including in case a shop closes down and all that. So probably the consumer can avoid such problems. And what's the second question? The regulations.
On the regulation side, right now, based on the number of complaints that we receive, it is not a really big problem in Hong Kong, because this is a kind of prepayment, frankly speaking, because you pre-purchase the e-gift card and then you use it later. So this is a form of prepayment. But this form of prepayment, unlike a beauty and fitness, they are much less of a problem. So, but for this survey, what we can see is, although in general it is performing quite okay, but on the other hand, there are still rooms for improvement in the sense of their flexibility, and also the clarity of their terms and conditions, their customer service. All these areas could have a room for improved. And also the point I mentioned is about why you have to mandate the consumer to be your registered customers, or maybe download your app before they can use the e-voucher. These kind of limitations should be eliminated to ensure that when I receive the gift card, I can use it freely, no matter it's online, offline from your shop, and also with longer valid period, and also with less limitation. That's what we are, and also make sure it is all clear in their terms as well.
好，如果就住呢個電子禮品卡冇其他問題呢，咁我哋就去到今日嘅最後一個題目啦。咁係關於呢一個婚宴服務嘅投訴嘅。咁我哋都俾少少時間兩位準備一下。可以，咁有冇記者朋友有關呢個文章嘅問題想問？
如果冇嘅話，我諗個重心啦，呢一篇文章嘅重心就係第一，啲婚宴場地真係啲條款唔好咁辣啦，同埋咧就係若果你有任何場地上邊嘅改變。都係要人性化咁樣去處理翻你同嗰個客戶嗰個嘅關係嚇，因為結婚係人生大事，好多人都希望有一個完美嘅婚禮，揀好多唔同嘅場地，但係你啲條款又好辣，又話唔準睇長住，你一定要落訂先，又或者落咗訂之後，原來睇完之後唔啱心水，跟住然後你去退訂嗰陣時咧，亦都係一係就唔退，一係咧就。嗰個條款係非常之嚴苛等等，咁其實咧即係從一個銷售同埋客戶服務嗰方面咧，我哋覺得絕對有空間嗰度去改善啦。咁但係咧另外一方面咧，都真係要提醒下消費者嘅，因為咧好多消費者我哋睇到過往一啲投訴嘅內容咧，就真係好心儀某一啲嘅場地咁但係咧就到個細節嗰度咧，可能亦都未必係睇得咁仔細嗰陣時咧，到要去撻訂又或者係退訂啦嘅情況底下咧，就會引起好多爭拗咁同埋有好多細節咧，就大家需要去留 留意嘅，因為一個婚禮係一個大型活動嚟㗎嘛。咁就做一個大型活動嗰陣時，嗰啲安排細節，譬如話化妝啊、投影機啊、即係啲台燈聲啊。又或者係啲酒水安排啊、其他嗰啲額外收費啊等等，如果唔問清楚嘅話咧，就可能會失預算之餘咧，亦都係會引起好多爭拗。咁所以咧，即係喺呢一方面咧，嗰個做一個咁大型嘅活動嗰陣時，仲係人生一個好大型嘅活動咧，最重要嘅活動咧，咁雙方咧都真係要溝通得好仔細啦，同埋咧就係要好人性化咁樣去處理所有嘅問題啊。
唔使急，慢慢嚟。
好。如果大家冇就住呢個冇其他問題嘅話咧，咁今日嘅發佈會咧就完結㗎啦。多謝大家出席。今日咧都繼續俾我賣下廣告下，因為咧今日嗰啲選擇藥行裏面咧就兩篇有一篇文章咧都希望大家幫下手嘅咧，就係我哋個 QR code 啊。因為咧，但係而家咩嘢都 QR code 世界㗎啦。咁呢一篇文章咧好顯淺咁樣去介紹咗 QR code 嗰個嘅發展啦，同埋咧。而家嗰啲 QR code 特別係啲公眾嘅 QR code 咧出現咗啲問題同埋一啲投訴嘅情況，咁所以咧都希望大家咧就幫手宣傳下，等大家唔好係因為一個數碼世界嘅情況底下咧，一用 QR code 咧就會墮入一啲唔同嘅陷阱，咁呢度都希望大家幫下手啊，唔該。咁我哋如果係補一補相嘅，好嘛？補一相先。係嗱，我哋補完相之後咧，如果我哋會就住嗰個 physical 嗰個安排咧，我哋會有少少可以司會講一講嘅。咁請陣間我哋影咗相先，咁我哋陣間稍後再答翻嗰個問題。唔該。